Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD and I'm here to do another reading. This is for the collective. So first of all, I want to thank those of you that are returning offenders for stopping by. For those of you that are brand new to my channel or just come by frequently, whatever your motive, no worries. I hope that all of you get exactly what it is that you are seeking. And today is already turning out to be something that I did not anticipate. So I've had a lot of changes. Yeah, things like this happening. And what I can't get out of my mind is a song, actually, I don't even know what the song is. It's a remake. And the chorus goes like, let's get physical. And I have no idea who sings it or much else about it, but it won't leave my brain. So I know that that has something to do with the collective energy right now. And I had no intention on reading about relationships. I just wanted to see what Spirit had to say. And yet, because it won't leave my mind and other factors, which I'll share momentarily, this is what we're doing today. So here we go. A little sagey sage, otherwise known as copal. So I'm going to say that first thing that I'm getting was that you could be really feeling cloudy or confused or exhausted. I feel like there's just an air of exhaustion, something that just won't let up, something that's even beyond getting your 8 hours of sleep or whatever it is you typically get. It's almost like a soul weariness. I'm going to use some sage as well. Okay. And my dog is looking at himself in the mirror. That's interesting. I've never seen him do that before. So perhaps this has to do with you looking at yourself in the mirror. And also, I feel like it has a lot to do with that song, the Let's Get Physical, that I cannot. And because I'm so depleted, I won't even try to sing. Typically, I just give it a whirl and the hell with it, but not today, not this moment. So I'm going to say, yeah, that you might be in the dark about how to handle things, how things are going in general. In your life, you may have to utilize this light as well. Yep, for sure. So, there's that. I feel like this has to do with someone, perhaps in your life, that I keep getting like, let's get physical. Let's just get physical, that kind of a thing. And I felt like this connection was going to be simply physical. And yet ever since they came into contact or they've been thinking about it with you, things have gone awry. Part of the reason why I say that is that the song keeps playing in my head. It's almost like they have to keep reminding themselves, this is only physical. It doesn't mean anything. And yet, when I was trying to get together my quote set, I call this a set, who knows why, I had many different hazards, just even trying to collect myself this morning, which never happened, actually. So I almost successfully lit my desk on fire, first of all. And then I went to get a gallon of water, and I promptly dropped it, and it spilled everywhere. So I have a fire issue, which is like desire, fiery passion, acting without thinking, things like that. And then I have a watery issue, which is like emotions all over the floor. So I feel like this person is feeling conflicted. Oh crap. Okay, I just happen to be mixing and glance down, and I have the World card. So I wasn't quite ready to do anything, but I look down and there it goes. Yeah, so those two things happen. Then I come over here, and of course, if you've been watching even 1 or 2 of my videos, you know I fussed with the camera like numerous times throughout. And I was quote fussing with the camera and it broke. So I'm feeling like you guys or someone in your life at this point in time is having many different similar moments like this, where yeah, things are just unexpected. They're not working out quite as expected. Their emotions can be all over the place. For a lot of you guys, this involves someone in your life that you've been physical with, or they keep thinking, or you keep thinking that you only want a physical relationship. But something about the repetition of it, it's almost like a mantra. It's like, no, remember, this is only physical. Oh, okay. And then down the rabbit hole we go, okay? So it has to do with a lot of fire, passion, emotions, those two things. I don't feel so far a lot of air elements. And perhaps that's why I think that this person's vision or yours is blinded or foggy. Okay, foggy, hazy. Oh my gosh. Here we go. This is just how this reading is going, okay? I just feel like a lot of brain fog, I think of these cards are freaking fantastic. Egg on the face. So perhaps this is like a person thinking, okay, this connection is only physical, and all of a sudden they have egg on their face, right? And for those of you, you probably know that term, but anyways, for those of you that aren't super familiar, it's just kind of like an embarrassing situation to realize that maybe it's not physical, because they always have to remind themselves that it is physical. Now, I have this transformation. This fell sideways when I picked this card. So it fell sideways. They're in the middle of a transformation, or you yourself can be in the middle of such a transformation. And this is a really difficult process. There are many endings that are coming into your world or their world. The way that they have thought about things is all of a sudden just like leveled. And I feel like they're fighting to keep this in their mind like physical. I keep getting, let's get physical, let's keep it physical. But I don't feel like they're able to continue that, okay? The transformation right here being sideways, I'm just going to say that this person is resisting transformation. Now, to continue my story of this morning, I also, while I was trying to adjust the camera, I broke my tripod. And yeah, that's never happened before. But it's just like I was trying to get the right angle. I was trying to, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, so I kept messing with it. Then I had to mess with the microphone, and consequently I broke my camera. So the reason why you're looking at things from this angle is because I duct taped this. And the reason why it's important, I feel like, when you get into the zone of trying to do a reading for anyone, for the collective, for whatever the case may be, at least I try to get like really centered. Most of it gets centered, and we begin getting messages way before the messages kind of unfold on camera. And I feel like this is how either your day is going, or the person on your mind, if you're thinking of anybody that you're involved with, okay? So I feel like their world is kind of collapsing, that there's something that's cracking that they don't really want to let go of, because these are like fingers trying to grasp that egg, and it's like, wait, this is how I want it. I've been comfortable my whole time, my whole life, so I want to keep things physical. I don't want to get involved. And even like the nails are cracking here. So a person on your mind, or anyone you're involved with or was involved with, Grisel, I can't even speak. I feel like their world is kind of crumbling, shattering. I'm looking at these fingernails. They can actually have like really thick nails, just genetically. And maybe one of their nails are cracking. Maybe they have an issue with like cracking nails. But I also get the image, or the representation, let's just say, of I'm tough as nails, or the nails that I laid into this coffin are breaking, they're cracking. Okay, so things are cracking at the seam, whatever it is that they really held near and dear, and it's like, okay, I've collected all my emotions, I've got everything nice and tidy, all wrapped up, and now it's breaking from the inside out. So seriously, Coco, I don't need you helping me having a disastrous morning. Now, I'm gonna say also that for some of you guys, or you, well, it could be vice versa, feel like this is completely disastrous, because they've wrapped things around nice and tidy, and now all of a sudden we see a snake pulling forth here. I can't even like touch a camera to bring it close. I daren't, because literally I have duct tape, you guys, on this camera, hoping that things will go well. So I feel like the foundation is cracking. Snakes are coming out, which is like change, which is surprise, which is even shock at this point in time. And now I'm noticing the bloom, and it's actually a flower. I thought that was like a dragon being birthed. And so maybe perhaps this person feels like their connection with you, they meant it to be physical only, but now all of a sudden they encountered something that really kind of shook their foundation, almost like an awakening. I feel like they're having a tower moment. I also feel like they're viewing this as like, oh crap moment. I definitely don't want this. They're like, this is what they've avoided for a long, long time. I feel like they've isolated themselves or kind of put their heart away in a little egg, if you will. Okay. And now things are cracking literally at the seams. I see people down here kind of observing this and like, what the hell? Almost like they're not acting themselves. They're having a lot of like lack of clarity, a lot of accidents, small accidents happening. I heard around their house. Okay, so I guess we're using these cards. And yeah, and by the way, when I'm channeling, I tend to kind of fidget and grab things or move things around. So I'm not really even aware what decks I'm picking up. So I feel like with the Six of Wands, this is like confirming this is exactly what is transpiring with this person. I also feel like we're not going to burn this down, right? Are we? Are we? No. I also feel like they're making an attempt to really pull it together to change things perhaps. I cannot move things around. I have to stop fidgeting. And even my dog's excited. That's hilarious. I feel like it's a fine dance. It's a fine dance for them. And I heard the buck is up. The show is over. I feel like they have a view of you that like you're definitely pedestal, but they don't want to be vulnerable whatsoever. And that's why this image is so kind of cloudy. Things are definitely coming to an end. This can have to do with a home, people gossiping. It's been a long drive, a long ride, a long voyage, whatever the case may be. And they could literally be like hammering things around the house or trying to, you know, get things done around the house, and like recently had an accident with their thumbnail or something about a nail being hit with a hammer. I don't know. Okay. But basically, I feel like they're emotionally thinking that this is disastrous. They're in full out freak out mode. So if you haven't heard from this person, if this is somebody that you periodically hook up with, they are completely freaking the F out. Okay. I feel like they have kind of established themselves way away from maybe even this crowd, like these people that can look and gossip, or keeping themselves apart mentally, emotionally anyways. Regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and close this window because I live in Arizona and it's only slightly less hotter than hell. But that was for the sage to go. Okay, so I do feel like this person is used to, again, keeping everything under wraps, and they do not like the feeling that they're lacking, that they lack self-control right now. And I feel like everything is definitely cracking at the seams. What they don't see, what they're not aware of, is actually blooming. It's a flower blooming, which is obviously like really cool. Beneficial to them. But they could have a lot of people going, what is wrong with you? Like, you're not yourself, you're in la la land, or you're not paying attention, or I don't know what the thing is that's transpiring, but something major is going on with this person. Now, if you look at the numbers right here, I'm getting, obviously, they add up to number 9. So 3 is cooperation, 6 is victory, success, as far as I'm concerned. I always think of the Six of Wands. And by the way, I feel like they definitely, I feel like they can either pedestal you, is that how you put it? Yeah. Pedestal you, or like really think highly of you, or this could be that they have a really big ego, that they're used to performing. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're used to performing, and I have that song in my head and I don't dare even attempt to sing it. I don't know the words. But this person is used to performing. So if you guys have been intimate, They're definitely used to performing. That's why I keep hearing the let's get physical, okay? They know that they're really good in bed. They know that they can put on a show. They know they can satisfy. And that's all that they really care about, is having a fun time. Now, Incognito, I feel like perhaps even this person is watching you, maybe your social media or like asking friends, whatever the case may be. And we're going to get some more energy regarding this right here, because I feel like they're just really puzzled at their own reaction. Okay, they're kind of like shocked and shook. But right here we have a 9, and then right here we have a 9 as well. So I feel like things are reaching a completion, that things are really cracking, falling apart at the seams for them. Everything that they really felt like they had under wraps is all of a sudden unraveling. They are definitely resisting this transformation. If you look at this is, and they're having a hard time speaking their truth, by the way. I feel like they could be in this like frantic energy. Inability to speak their truth. Also, going back to this, is their self-esteem is wrapped up in keeping themselves under grips and not really having much going on other than surface going on, if you know what I'm saying. They're content with that. And I'm feeling that they're not pleased at all that this is changing for them, that you created a crack in them. They could even be pissed off that for some reason, some way, somehow, they're feeling a little bit of falling towards you, if you want to put it that way. And then Incognito, I feel like they want to kind of hide this. They don't want to... Definitely don't want you to know about that. They definitely don't want anyone else around them to know. The bottom of the deck, As de Bastons. Okay, so this is the Ace of... Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys, I have gutter brain, but I think these cards are sort of made for that, okay? So anyways, if you kind of look at this card and you can kind of tell that there's... The lighting here is awful. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to say that this person is really turned on by you and can't kind of look away. So it's almost like they think about the time when you were together, but then they're ticked off. They're like, why can't it just be only physical? Like, let's get physical. That's all I want. And yet there's so much green in the background that alludes to like the heart chakra. So they don't want to have that change in their lives. Now we're going to get some energy on the Incognito right here. And let's see what deck we will use. I wasn't intending on using all these decks, and I definitely feel kind of frazzled. Show me what I need to see. Why is Incognito here? I feel like they want to keep things on the down low. Show me why Incognito is here for this reading for the collective, please, and show me now. I also see kind of like a moth or a butterfly, some kind of a transformation in my own mind, which actually corroborates this, but they're definitely resisting that transformation. Now, Hangman. So they're trying to really look at things from a different perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a new perspective. Something feels really vastly unfamiliar to them. Now, with the orange back here, this goes back to the sacral chakra. And I'm going to say that this is where we focus on sensuality, on pleasure, on what gives you joy, on things like that. And yeah, that's what it is. So they were initially focused on what gives them joy and pleasure, just like as per usual. This is kind of my MO. This is what I do. This is how I live my life. I'm living my best life, my good life, that kind of a thing. And they had really cut themselves away from their own emotions, and especially like speaking their truth. They're kind of like, yeah, we're not doing that. We're just enjoying life, and kind of rolling with the punches, as they say. And yet something about your connection kind of is interfered. And now I'm getting kind of, we're going to move these right here, okay? Just because it's a bit much. So I definitely feel like this person is avoiding this transformation. They definitely don't want it. Let's find out, why is Incognito here, please? This egg on the face. I feel like pursuing their desires, their sensuality, sexuality, things like that, kind of created an egg on your face moment where it's like all of a sudden, no, you thought you were having fun, haha. Now something about them is shook, and this caused an unexpected tower moment. Look, collective shadow. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. That's as best as I can make it come into focus. So, first of all, we're reading for the collective. Second of all, there's an element of this is like collective shadow, like we've been in some sort of let's share our bodies, let's share our day, our life, or whatever the case may be, with whatever it is that gives us that pleasure, that sensuality, without further thought other than just living in the moment. This card, by the way, is the Sacral Chakra Oracle, and it's one of my new decks, and it's by Zen Goddess. The Zen Goddess, you can find her on Etsy. I also actually linked the information in the description below as well, if you're interested. They're beautiful, beautiful cards. Anyways, so let's find out, because I find like I'm all over the place. Okay, so can't even see if that's centered. So yeah, the collective shadow, which is super interesting to me. Okay, so we're going to find out a little bit more about this. Collective shadow, shame, mystery, and fear. With the planet nearing a population of 8 billion humans, it's incredibly easy to get lost in a sea of social beliefs that have been passed down for generations and generations over hundreds of thousands of years. Specifically zooming in on the collective belief around sex, it's daunting to grasp the amount of judgment, fear, and skepticism. Most humans grow up with a wedge between themselves and the understanding that what the act of sex truly is. For example, you may have grown up thinking that the act of sex was, quote, bad. Even the thought of it could cost you a ticket to heaven. Or maybe you grew up with absolutely no education around your own body and its role in the exchange of sexual acts. Many humans also faced an upbringing where abstinence was expected from them, leaving them confused about their bodies, desires, and pleasures. There are infinite numbers of angles we can view the tangled web of sexual societal beliefs. All of this has become a part of our collective shadow. As you're reading this, you may even be thinking of your upbringing and the relationship you had with sex education, sex in movies, and the adults who surrounded you. We invite you to take a moment and to think about the energetic ties that you have and or have had with the thoughts and actions around sexual expression. Take time to notice how they may still be playing a role in how you express yourself today. The collective shadow on sexual energy is coming to light now more than ever on this planet. Feminine energy is rising and masculine energy is learning, and the collective consciousness is moving more into harmony. You, yes, you are part of that movement. This is why it's valuable not only to your existence here as a human, but also to the collective expanse as a whole, to move through the shame, mystery, fear, in your sexual beliefs and expression. The sacral chakras are center of manifestation, creativity, creation, birth, and power. The human body is designed flawlessly to allow our inner being to thrive in this time-space reality we call life. Planet Earth is awakening, and so are we. The sacral chakra can be the most difficult to look at, accept, and work on, for it holds many dark shadows. At the same time, it can bring the most rewarding to unlock, for its riches will bring us into more harmony with who we are and what we desire. If you pull this card, it's because you're being called to look at the shadow within your sacral chakra and release it with the knowledge that it is not your disharmonic beliefs to carry. It is a collective shadow from thousands of generations who were lost, manipulated, and undereducated. As you work through the releasing of outdated beliefs, you are no longer yours. We encourage you to channel your higher being, to replace the old with even more empowering new. Watch your life change. Oh my goodness. As you embrace sex, and learn from the new and improved beliefs you work so graciously to embody. So yeah, many people obviously have different beliefs about sex and whatnot. So I'm gonna say that even in this image, there is a beautiful sun right here, and then there is a moon right here. I feel like your person, or even you, or perhaps both of you, are really exploring what it is to have sex with another person. And what I mean by that is that people think it's like just a biological need or whatever the case may be. But I do feel like when you actually share your body with other people, it is an energetic exchange. And it's not just about sex. To me, I feel like you actually bind your energy with other people when you do that. And so I think it's really important who you kind of, I guess, get close to in a sexual manner. That is my take on it. But definitely there's people from all walks of life, no judgment there. But I definitely feel like something about your connection is really having this person question like what they think about their sexuality and how they're feeling, and all of it coming into play. Coming into play, there's that word again. So even thinking about the word play, is it, still play? I don't think that they're viewing things as light as they were before. And I think this has come to shock their system. Show me more. What is a collective shadow here? The number 7, I feel like their thoughts are ascending. Your thoughts could be ascending also. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this person could have withdrawn completely to kind of deal with their own ish, because this is not typical of who they are, okay? Write these cards here for the collective. Or why do I keep getting the let's get physical? Show me now. I'm dealing with internal conflict. Yeah, Avi, right? Definitely can see that. Show me why these cards are here. Why is the Incognito here? This is almost like I don't want to admit it to you. I don't want to like face to face, or they don't want other people to know. Why is the Incognito here? Show me now. You broke down my walls when I was afraid. Yep, not surprised. Show me more. What the hell? I want to know what you're thinking. Let me in. So this fell and it actually swung upside down. So it's almost like, you know what? I don't know what you're thinking. I don't want to know what you're thinking. This person is almost like covering their mouth. This guy looks like a Tom Cruise in his younger years, and I just don't like Tom Cruise personally. But anyways, yeah, I feel like perhaps part of what they want to know what you're thinking, but then they don't want to know what you're thinking because you've caused like major havoc in their life unexpectedly, and I don't think you intended on that, by the way. Show me more and show me now. Hear me out. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like they're having a problem speaking their truth and what is going on. I've been partying a lot to get you off my mind. Yeah, so they could be like really partaking more in drinks and other substances in order to get, I heard in order to get a lack of clarity. They're wanting to kind of like uncrack this egg, like put everything back in a tidy little, whatchamacallit, a tidy little package, yeah. So guided union, this person could be feeling like it was a guided union. And yeah, let me clarify this, because I feel like when we do readings, especially that love comes up or anything like that, I don't want to put it out there that this is something that we should be waiting on other people or expecting other people to come towards us. Never, ever, ever put your life on hold for another person. What they do with your connection or don't do is going to happen regardless. So why wait for something to unfold? You could be waiting forever and have nothing manifest. Life is really complicated. We don't know necessarily where people are coming from. And people may act against their very instincts, okay? Simply for whatever reason. We all have free will, free choice. So do not put your life on hold for any reading. I don't care, mine or anyone else's. Anyways, so that being said, a guided union, they could feel, or you could feel like this was perhaps a guided union. Again, keep living your best life. Don't wait for anybody. Okay, and I don't want no one to have you but me. So this person's really conflicted. I love the hot and nun vibes on this, by the way. This is probably my favorite card of the whole deck. And this deck is Twin Flame Hunger by what? By who? The Fire Witch Tarot, also on Etsy. So, yeah, this person's having a really hard time, like, speaking their truth. And they are so, why? Let's just find out why. Why all this chaos? Why all the drama? What happened here? See if we can get a little bit of that. Let's find out. Okay, with the Two of Swords, and even here this has Hangman vibes, which we got in the other card. Typically Hangman's viewed like this. So this is, I feel like I'm going to combine both cards. I feel like with the Hangman, pardon me, I feel like the Two of Swords is clarity. It's all about trying to get clarity, trying to get clear on something, but they're trying to cover their eyes about what they need to be clear about. And typically this is about protecting their heart. There's a lot of emotion behind it, but there's not a lot of action. It's a stalemate. They're thinking. And the Hangman is like trying to gain a different perspective. Good grief. Yeah. Trying to gain a perspective, trying to understand things. And keep in mind when we have like really big changes that transpire or something that shakes our foundation, something that we have kind of thought forever, and then all of a sudden something comes along and it's almost that changed my mind, and inadvertently you accidentally did. I don't feel like it was anything you did deliberately. But something about maybe perhaps what you said or who you are, or something about this connection made them feel a certain way or made them question, and they're in their own world trying to tape things, everything back together like I'm trying to do it with the duct tape and the fire on the table and the emotions on the floor. Like, what the hell? Pure chaos. Okay. Any last words for the collective about this? Thank you. I need a love transfusion. Okay, yeah, something to do with the heart chakra. They just need some heart chakra healing. And then dark negative forces are intervening. Yeah. Let's keep it themselves or other people. And then I'm trying to communicate with you. Oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous this card is. Okay, well, maybe you guys are not as morbid as I am, but look at how beautiful this is. I totally love. I'm digging everything. Everything about this card is everything, okay? So this person, I feel like, can be trying to look at things up, looking at how to communicate with you, maybe observing, maybe browsing on Incognito, literally using an Incognito browser, or on a different account, trying to understand more about you, to understand how to approach you, how to communicate with you, or what it is that, like, essentially their whole world or their foundation cracks, so they need to figure it out. They could be really studying you late into the night. And keep in mind, this person, I don't feel like they're going to come forward and say a damn thing, because I could barely get through this reading. Like, I can't even use my words or form them. So you could have them totally, like, excuse me. You could have them in a state where they can't even use their words. I don't know. I think that just a lot is happening. A lot is happening with this person. So the best advice for you is to focus on you. Look, you can't make this up. Ooh. There's my dog. Furball. Okay. Lovely. That was lovely. Great performance, Coco. Good job. Okay, so I feel like collectively we're facing our shadow. What does sex mean to us when we share bodies with other people? There's definitely a transformation. And one of you can be in transition. Gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay. One of you can be in transition. And I feel like this is a peaceful transition. Woo! Okay, and I'm getting like really, what do they call that? Lightheaded. Very lightheaded. You could have a connection to bats or be seeing bats or something about bats or like moving in stealth and feeling really peaceful about it. And even with this rod, it kind of echoes. I feel like feelings might be even mutual here. But again, regardless of feelings being mutual, it does not mean that this person is going to take a step forward towards you. We all have our own life to deal with, and we do things according to however we see fit. So this is like the Ace of Wands. This is fire. This is desire. This is excitement, okay? But you guys, one of you guys is in transition and the other one is in transformation, which is, same, let's split hairs. But one of you guys is fighting that transformation. Now, this transformation that the other person is fighting, by the way, does not have anything to do with, well, it has everything to do with you and nothing to do with you. How conflicting is that? No wonder they're having a hard time. This is all about them. So at this point in time, I'm just going to say that if you're into reading, read about the 4 agreements. Take nothing personally is one that really comes to mind. I feel so sick right now. I feel actually queasy. Some of you guys can have stomach issues or they could be, but take nothing personally at this time. Be gentle with yourself. And I would say focus on you. Focus on your shadow side, even like what you believe connecting with sexually is about, and maybe that is about to be kind of polished, refined, and changed a little bit. Doesn't mean that I'm saying that you're wrong about your thoughts, whatever, even if you're in a poly or open relationship, whatever the case may be. But I feel like maybe bringing things more to light and just being an observer will kind of dissipate some of the brain fog, the cloudiness, and even allow you to be even more grounded as well during this time that you as well are transitioning and changing. So I love this. I feel like there's an echo. There is a mirroring energy. I hate when people use that, but here we are. Yeah, so that was my reading, full on with duct tape and all sorts of hazards. But I hope that you're doing super well. If you like this kind of reading, do give it a like, share, comment, subscribe. Much love to you. Namaste.